Friendship is supposed to be one of the most beautiful relationships in life. It's built on trust, love, and support. But sometimes, things are not always as perfect as they seem. I learned this lesson the hard way when my best friend, someone I had trusted with all my heart, became jealous of my success and popularity. It all started in middle school. I had always been a cheerful and outgoing person, while my best friend, Sarah, was quieter and more reserved. We met in 6th grade, and almost instantly, we clicked. We shared everything, our secrets, dreams, and even silly jokes that no one else could understand. At first, it felt like we were inseparable, two halves of a whole. As time went by, I started to notice small differences between us. However, things began to change subtly. Sarah started giving me backhanded compliments. When I told her about a good grade I received, she would say, "Wow, I guess you're just lucky. Or you always seem to get everything easily." I tried to brush it off, thinking she was just joking. But deep down, I felt a shift in her attitude. The real problem started when I joined the school drama club. Acting had always been a passion of mine, and this was my chance to shine. I worked hard during rehearsals and eventually landed the lead role in the school play. I was thrilled, and of course, I told Sarah about it. Her reaction, however, was not what I expected. She smiled faintly and sighed. "That's nice, I guess." There was no more excitement in her voice, no more happiness for me. I tried to ignore it, but later, I overheard her talking to another friend. She sighed, "It's not fair. Why does she always get everything?" That one sentence hurt more than he could describe. It wasn't just about the play, it was about the jealousy that had started to creep into our friendship. Over the next few weeks, Sarah's behavior grew more obvious. She would criticize me in subtle ways, question my choices, and sometimes even politely exclude me from group activities. It was confusing and painful because I didn't want to believe that my best friend could feel this way about me. I tried talking to her, hoping to clear the air, but she always brushed it off or changed the topic. The turning point came during the annual school talent show. I had prepared a solo performance, a dance routine I had been practicing for months. I was nervous but excited. When the day arrived, I noticed Sarah sitting in the front row with a stiff expression. I thought maybe she was just nervous like me, so I didn't overthink it. When I finished my performance, the audience cheered, and my classmates clapped loudly. I looked at Sarah, hoping for a smile or at least some sign of happiness for me. Instead, I saw her frown and mutter something under her breath. That's when I realized that her jealousy had turned into resentment. I felt a mix of anger and sadness. How could someone I had trusted so much feel this way about my achievements? I wanted to confront her, but I also knew that shouting or blaming her would only make things worse. So, I decided to take a step back and give her some space. For the next few weeks, I noticed that our friendship was slowly drifting apart. Sarah stopped sharing things with me, and I stopped sharing with her. It was painful to feel this distance, but I realized that sometimes, people's insecurities can damage even the strongest bonds. One day, I decided to talk to her honestly. I approached her after school and sighed, "Sarah, I feel like something has changed between us. I value our friendship, but I feel like you're upset with me for no more reason. Can we talk about it?" She looked at me with tears in her eyes and finally admitted, "I'm jealous. I've always felt like I'm in your shadow. No matter what I do, it feels like you're always better or more popular. I didn't want to hurt you, but I couldn't help feeling this way." Hearing her confess made me feel a mix of relief and sadness. I understood that her jealousy wasn't about me personally, it was about her own insecurities. Over time, Sarah learned to celebrate my successes without comparing herself, and I made an effort to include her in everything and appreciate her unique qualities. Our friendship was never the same as before, but it became stronger in a different way, built on understanding and honesty rather than blind trust. This experience taught me a valuable lesson. Jealousy is a natural human emotion, but it can destroy relationships if not addressed. True friends should lift each other up, not bring each other down. And sometimes, the best way to save our friendship is through communication, patience, and empathy. Now, years later, I look back at the time with mixed feelings. It was painful, yes, but it also showed me the complexities of human emotions and relationships. I realized that friendship isn't about being perfect together, it's about supporting each other through imperfections, jealousy, and misunderstandings. I am grateful that Sarah and I managed to navigate the storm. We didn't just come out stronger as friends, we also learned to understand ourselves better. Jealousy is a test, and our friendship survived it because we chose honesty and love over pride and resentment, and the misunderstandings and coming out stronger on the other side. That experience with Sarah changed me forever, teaching me empathy, patience, and the importance of confronting emotions honestly. Even today, when I see someone struggling with jealousy or feeling left behind, I remember my own experience. I know how it feels, and I know that a little understanding and communication can save relationships that might otherwise crumble. Our friendship survived because we chose honesty, forgiveness, and growth over bitterness. And that, I believe, is the real meaning of friendship.